You can't hit the ball out of the park every time. Well, at least we can't.
Let's go!
This is an episode that I've been wanting to do for a while. This is our worst episodes list.
You know the saying, if you can't make fun of yourself,
get out of there.
Alright.
That's the way I say it, at least.
This is episode 582, so 581 episodes precede this.
Yes.
What are the odds? I mean, you're gonna have some
you're gonna have some bad ones. We have here
yeah.
A list of about 20. I mean, 10 of them are like all the same.
Yep, we'll blaze through them. We'll make it entertaining for you.
Yes, we will.
Number 45, 6 worst Mario power-ups.
Yes.
You're so tiny that you're within death's grasp at any moment.
Typically, we like the ones where we can say it's the worst of and make fun of things. But this episode was one of those, wasn't it? Running out of prep time, throw something together.
Yeah, it kind of was.
Look at some lists online and pick out of them.
Yeah, and it wasn't this isn't like the worst episode.
Right.
One of the reasons why I think of it as one of our worst episodes is the worst episodes are our best episodes, where we talk about the worst stuff, and this one just wasn't as good as our other worst episodes.
It's not the worst. I can't wait to get to the first worst one.
Yes.
We have the mystery blocks.
Oh, yes. These are episodes number 52 through 58.
Yeah.
84 through 88.
And 65.
65 through 68. So everybody knows that when you're watching the cutscenes from the Legend of Zelda CDI games, you want to die a little bit, and you die inside a little bit. That's why you need the vitality sensor. So all of those are the mystery block.
Okay, so if you don't know what this is, basically we needed a way to where we weren't going to miss an episode, but we could still take vacations.
Yes.
We had our anniversaries coming up, and we were both going to be out of town, not even at the same time. So try having a daily YouTube channel in that kind of situation.
Yeah.
So we thought we need to batch 20 episodes really quick. So we'll make 1-minute shows where we pull a game out of a hat and
a random topic. And we had to fit the two of them together, explain how I can't remember if it was explain how Duck Hunt fit into the Legend of Zelda timeline.
I think it was how Duck Hunt is just like Napoleon Dynamite.
Yes, that was one of our topics.
Ugh.
This was a great idea, but it turned these were just bad, okay? When you have so little prep time, it was impromptu.
Yes.
And nobody saw them.
It might fit at the end of an episode. Kind of like how Rhett and Link spin the wheel of mythicality and they might do an improv scene.
Yeah.
I think it fits better like that. It doesn't compare to a standalone TBC episode.
No. And fortunately these are our least watched episodes. And they're really not worth going and seeing, guys, if you haven't.
Alright, so sometimes when a new game comes out, we try to play it as soon as we can. Usually against each other, some kind of challenge. Simeon, tell me why you dislike number 184, the Splatoon Showdown.
Squid. Simeon, you better stop me, Simeon. You better stop me, Simeon!
Hey, I did better. This is so bad. I apologize to the crew for my suckiness and my complaining. So bad. I dislike this one because I felt like a complete and total noob who I literally never played the game before.
Right.
The game had been out for probably a year.
Oh yeah, I didn't get it at launch, that's right.
And I had not played it at all. And you'd had it a little bit, been playing it for a little bit.
Right. And this is the dumb original games, only co-op or local method where you shoot balloons. Not that entertaining on its own. No. Let alone with
somebody who has no idea what they're doing. So I had the remote and I'm like, how do I do this?
Yep.
It was just bad. So that was number 184. Not long after that, number 202, best and worst Smash Bros. Taunts. Marth's down taunt for speaking Japanese, which in the Melee days, we would try and pronounce it in English, but I I can't even remember how we
Yes.
We don't know what he says, but he says something pretty epic in Japanese. Now, this one, I don't know.
It didn't need to be made.
I don't think it needed to be made. Now, I do remember there being a couple of things that were entertaining about this episode. Yeah. And I also remember you making a joke and me not getting it, and you had to explain it to me, which made it like doubly not funny about you were really feeling it. The shulk thing. I had no idea that was a thing. And
that is embarrassing.
What? It was just really embarrassing.
Because that's like a meme, and you're usually the meme king.
Usually I am.
Number 286 was my Box Boy 3DS review. Great game. No fault of the game, but...
Mm-hmm. And I think it's especially a good deal for the price that it's asking. I got it for like $2.50, but normally it's $5, and still either way, you get a lot of bang for your buck.
I don't know what was up with me. I think it was like a night shoot. I think I was tired. Whatever it was, I'm a generally monotone person. I struggle with voice inflection, but I don't think I'm pretty sure my voice was like this through the Box Boy episode. And I'd kind of trail off and stuff, and you'd have to bring me back to earth and be like, yeah? And?
Yeah?
Right. I'd be saying the most boring stuff. I did a bad job.
This episode was one that you guys didn't get to see. I talked about it in our Lost Episodes episode. It would have been around number 356. And this is one that we ended up redoing, and it being an excellent episode. Yes. The most Batman Pantendo characters. It was a crew cut. I originally did it. I watched it after I recorded it.
Yes.
I don't even know if I watched it. I'm like, I literally said the same exact thing about all 11 characters that I talked about.
Pretty manly, and they have like a lot of equipment.
It was so bad, and I'm so glad that we redid it the way we redid it.
Yep. You have to watch that one after this video. Highest energy TBC episode ever.
Oh yeah.
Number 398 was another doozy in a bad way. The game theme hum down number 3. We had great times with game theme hum down number 2 and number 1.
Yes.
Where we will hum to each other and try to get each other to guess game music.
Mm-hmm.
Donkey Kong, Donkey Kong, Donkey Kong. No. 3.5 points. All right.
Yes.
But what happened? We ran out of all the good ones?
We ran out of all the good ones. And so we tried our hardest to... I think we might have gotten 1 or 2 of these. Yep. But they were like reaching very obscure games that we don't remember the music to. And so we were basically just going for 10 minutes and the other person going...
Yes.
I have no idea what you're doing.
And we cut out a lot of I need to listen to this again to even remember. So.
Yeah. So if the person humming it doesn't even remember what it sounds like, yeah, that wasn't good.
Now, number 458, we're getting very close to modern day times.
Yes.
It was the Switch unboxing back in March.
It looks rubbery, but if you look closely, it looks cloth-like, maybe cloth with thin rubber coating on that.
That's interesting. And I like that it has a handle too.
We had Ryan, third crew member, visiting for the launch of Nintendo's new system. And of course we had to unbox it. Of course we had to lick the cartridges.
Yes.
But the unfortunate part about this situation was we live in an apartment, so not only could we be bothering neighbors by making a video at midnight, but my wife was trying to sleep. So what did we do, Simeon? We whispered.
Yeah, it was... I remember the audio being so low, and it's like, what is he saying? I mean, the content itself was good, but it was just it was just because, and then we had the crinkling boxes, and that would come out way louder than anything that we said.
Yikes.
And so this one was just unfortunate.
We really should have done something like this. We didn't have this microphone at the time, but we could have had a little something on the table at least. Ugh.
Just unfortunate.
Never gonna get that opportunity back.
More recently, the Pokemon Card Showdown, the TCG battle. No. You are still burned.
Your mom is still burned.
This one was
another fine idea.
Another great idea. It's one that I think we should do again.
Okay.
But it was like a wash. Both games were a wash. Scott was using the newest deck, and I was using one of his decks. And like both games ended within like 3 turns. It was so sad. We didn't get to get through an entire game because I wasn't able to get off the ground.
Okay.
And that deck has beaten his deck before in a good match, but it was bad.
I'll tell you about the technical aspects too, because we wanted an overhead shot of us playing cards. So we don't have a crane or an overhead camera. So what we had to do was, Simeon's parents have this old 80s?
70s.
We call it the cheese grater lamp because the lamp shade is metal. Great idea next to a hot bulb.
Yes.
But it's like a cheese grater. It's got a bunch of holes in it.
Yeah.
So how do we mount the camera, which was a phone, to that with what's called a spider podium? And it's this phone mount with spindly legs.
Formable legs.
Yep. But in order to fasten it to the cheese grater lamp and see that we were getting the shot that we wanted, we needed to use the front-facing phone camera. And if you are into phone cameras, you know that the front-facing one is lower resolution. So we also had to zoom in to the cards, and by that point, you're basically at like 320p resolution, and you pretty much couldn't see the game.
You can't see anything going on.
We've arrived at the worst of the worst.
You think this is the worst of the worst?
I do.
See, I haven't seen this one back.
Well, you won't see some of it back because I cut a lot out. I mean, it was a 20-minute long episode.
It's a Patreon exclusive now.
Yeah.
It's our anagram challenge.
Yes.
Must be third party, isn't it?
Indie.
Oh man. So indie, we've got. It's probably that 3-player game. That amazing, affordable space adventures. No, not at all.
Give you another hint. Multi-platform indie.
Okay, this is just Hint City. I don't know.
And this one was a stinker for a number of reasons. First of all, it was poor execution on my part. I didn't use an anagram maker.
Yes.
What we did is we had a challenge. He did some anagrams, which were game names, shuffled, reshuffled, and different words. And I did the same thing. But he used like an internet website, to remix his words.
Like on National Treasure. Far Glove or whatever.
What?
Valley Forge.
Yes. A veil frog of or whatever. I didn't use that, and so I had mistakes.
You used your brain.
I used my own brain, and the stuff I came up with was pretty creative.
It was.
But it took so long because it's like, okay, you have to look at it and you have to think about it. Mm-hmm. And then you have to have hints given to you about it. And then you have to think about it some more. And then you have to rearrange the words yourself.
Right.
And one little thing could take 4 minutes. And you had 6 and I had 6.
Right.
And we got through like 4 each. And like Scott said, it was like a 20-minute episode.
The reason why this one is the worst of the worst is because it originated as a bad idea. Sorting out anagrams does not make for interesting video, does not make for interesting radio. You have to try to voice every thought that you're having, which makes it harder to think about what the word is. And we did it poorly by the mess ups that you had.
Yes.
I'd get halfway through trying to figure out something and be like, oh, I forgot the most important letter. And I mean, this video was supposed to be for Nintendo Force. It wasn't even going on our channel. And I was just like, there's no way. We can't send this to someone.
No, it was really, really sad. I thought it was a good idea, but now that you say it, it's like, yeah, no, that couldn't be a good idea. So that was our most recent.
It's good for like a website, like
challenge you guys,
right? But we can't entertain you with that. So if you want to be entertained by the badness of our worst episode, it is a Patreon exclusive.
Yes.
And speaking of Patreon exclusives, we are launching the Patreon show, which is a weekly exclusive thing that includes bloopers, sneak peeks,
and the Crew and A.
Dude.
Crew and A, man.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for being part of the crew.
Don't forget to share this video. Share our most shameful episodes with your friends so that they can see us at our worst.
Yeah, if you know any YouTubers, maybe this will encourage them.
Yes.
See you guys next time.
Signing out.